Now, son.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into Fourth and Forever. I am your host, Richie Melora. We have TD Fins Talk, also known as TD Fraud Talk. And we got Dose of Dion right here next to me, repping the red color, not the Lions blue. But we're going to give you everything you need to know about the 53-man rosters around the NFL, waiver wire news. Micah Parsons news is heating up. I mean, is he getting traded? Is he going back to the Cowboys? I can't even tell anything anymore. What's going on with that situation with the Micah Parsons news? Someone got paid today. Kyle Hamilton. There's a lot of news we're going to get into, and this is your number one NFL daily show on the internet on Roundtable Sports' YouTube channel, Fourth and Forever. We are live. Let's get into it. Troy, welcome back to the show, man. We appreciate you filling on in for Dan Mitchell this week.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me. We got a lot going on today. There's too much going on, to be honest, to keep up with this. It's just like it feels like I don't know what this is. This is like a weird draft. You know, the expansion draft where it kind of happens and then like maybe a couple players get drafted. You're like, I didn't know that was really a thing. That's what this feels like. Just names flying around and everybody's trying to figure out who in the world they just signed. It's a great time.
Tell me about it. I've been so busy, more than I ever have. The Jets just claimed 3 players, and now I'm live on Fourth and Forever talking about NFL stuff. I got this, I got that, blah, blah, blah. TD, welcome. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. A huge day, just news everywhere, trying to keep up with it all, but we're going to break some of it down here, right here on Fourth and Forever. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Make sure you hit that like button and salute to all the Patreon members, the members of the channel and the mod squad.
Let's go, man. Shout out to everybody tuning on in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We really do appreciate you guys tuning in to this daily NFL show, man. Yesterday, we had a record high, a record-breaking show, like 400 and something, man. I think Dose of Dion's bringing that magic with him. I don't know what it is, but people want to come see Dose of Dion talk ball. But let's get straight into it. I want to talk about the breaking news that happened this morning. TD, your thoughts?
The breaking news, are you referring to the trade between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers with Adam Thielen? Is that the one you're talking about, Richie?
I was not, but we can start there. What's your thoughts of Adam Thielen going home back to Minnesota, back where he came from, TD? What is your thoughts of this trade? Adam Thielen reunited with the Minnesota Vikings. Your thoughts, TD Finstock?
They get it done. You know, this was something that was speculated for about a week now, it seems like. And then there was some contractual issues, some compensation issues, but they get it done. You know, the package got better and better. Minnesota gets their guy. I believe they're without is it who are they without at the beginning of the season?
Jordan Addison.
Yeah, Addison. Yeah, so being without him is going to be huge. Bringing in Thielen. Thielen still has juice in the tank. I think that he's going to be a real good compliment to Justin Jefferson. And just imagine when Addison does get back, they got a 3-headed little monster over there, man. And the Lions and Green Bay and the Bears, they in trouble. But this is a huge move for the Vikings offense.
Now, someone that is within the NFC North division, Mr. Dose of Dion himself, who is the host of the NFC North Roundtable in terms of our Detroit Lions representative. How do you look at this trade from a Lions perspective? Does this scare you at all? Or do you think this is just one of those moves that doesn't really spark much fear in you? Because it came down to the last game of the season between the Lions and Vikings last year to win that division. And the Lions obviously came out on top.
Yeah, a lot of mid in that receiver room, if we're being honest. That's all that is. They just kind of made a Latin. No, I think this Jordan Addison, a little overrated. We'll be fair. But Adam Thielen, I hate that he's back in there. I mean, I loved when they traded away Harrison Phillips. It's a good pickup for you, Richie, but I hate that they brought Thielen back. I think it's more interesting for the Panthers, though, because now, like, Thielen was the guy. He had 1,000 yards 2 years ago, I think. So now you move off of him, and it's all of these draft picks, specifically Xavier Legette, Jalen Coker, we saw him a little bit last year. Like, they're fully reliant now on all the young guys taking over all that workload. Ted McMillan, how's that going to come together? I guess it has to. But as for the Viking side of things, Jordan Addison's going to miss some time. I know they have an injury. I think it's an injury to Jalen Naylor. So they're very thin right now. They added Ty Felton out of Maryland, who's a nice receiver as well. They're just really young. So for them, and they said that he was working with J.J. McCarthy for the last few offseasons. I don't know where that takes place. But if that is true, what I believe it is true, that's a great pickup for them. Adam Thielen was awesome in Minnesota, and he was pretty awesome with the Panthers too. So I hate that they picked him up, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure they gave a solid amount of compensation to make that happen. There was like a 4th-round pick involved.
Yeah, so the compensation is, let's see here, the Vikings posted it. So the Minnesota Vikings are receiving Adam Thielen, a 2026 7th and a 2027 5th. And they're giving up a 5th and a 4th. So essentially, they're moving back in the draft, and that's not as much as compensation as you'd think. But you can say when Jordan Addison comes back, bro, that's 3 receivers that you got to worry about to guard. And Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. What are you shaking your head for, man?
I mean, Jordan Addison just hyped for no reason. That was just being real. Like
Jordan Addison's
Jordan Addison's Jordan Addison's That's what
I mean. Jordan Addison,
He's fine. He's fine receiver.
That's pure division. That's pure division hate right there.
Nope. No. You tell me what Jordan Addison's done. Let me pull up the stats.
Why do you do
it's more Ty Felton to me. I'm more concerned about Ty Felton. That's a big body that can make it happen inside outside. Go ahead, TD. Go ahead.
Dion, good and well, this has nothing to do with anything but your bias in the division.
That's not bias.
This you're saying Addison is overrated, like he's nothing or something.
We're talking about him like he's like a dog number 2. He ain't dog number 2.
He is a dog number 2.
He's
exactly what he is.
He's barely a number 2. That's what he is. Let me pull the stats real quick because I don't know what they are. Well, he's gonna have 1,500 yards. This is gonna look crazy. Let me not.
I mean, I got him over Amon St. Rock.
Okay, now
no, I ain't gonna
overcorrection
over JMO.
No,
over JMO maybe.
He's fine.
I mean, the guy consistently puts up numbers, bro. 10 touchdowns in year 1, 9 touchdowns in year 2.
Here's what it is. It's against us. We played him really well both times last year when we played him. You know what I mean? So maybe it's just that. Maybe it's that. The two best games for Terrion last year were against him.
All right. Well, we'll see about that. We got our first super chat to get into from Chris Vikings 30. Richie Brees better stay healthy for fantasy. I hope he stays healthy as well, from my perspective. And boys, I want to get your thoughts on my fantasy league that I had last night. I was blessed.
But you don't know what he's doing.
I was blessed. Do you want to know why I was blessed last night in my fantasy league?
Yeah, let's see this.
I had the second overall pick. And guess who fell in my lap?
Saquon.
No.
H.A.
Jamar Chase.
Oh.
Saquon went first. I was like debating between Saquon or Bijan at 2. And I was like stressed. I'm like, who do I get? And then I see Saquon go number 1 and Jamar Chase is there. So I want to get your guys' thoughts of my fantasy league. All right. I got the stack of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
That's nice.
Where
did you get Burrow? What round was that?
I got him like the 5th round.
That's
4th or 5th round. And Bucky Irving, Kyron Williams, Marvin Harrison. I got your boy J-Mo, Dosa Dion. But man, what's your guys' thoughts?
How many players?
10 men.
Did you use RotoWire?
Of course I use RotoWire.
Well, there you have it. Then my thoughts, I'm pretty sure it's a really good draft.
I mean, without RotoWire, I was not able to do what I needed to do. My draft kit tool was built out through RotoWire. And big time shout out to RotoWire, of course, which is the #1 draft kit tool on the internet, folks. If you guys want to use the promo code RTS, you guys should, because this is your opportunity to create your own draft assistance strategy like I did, and you can also integrate your fantasy football league with this app. That's exactly what I did. I use Sleeper for a lot of my leagues, and I was able to integrate my Sleeper fantasy league right here onto RotoWire, which is a really seamless transition. If you want to do it, I highly recommend using the code RTS, 15% off when you sign up for RotoWire. If you want to dominate your fantasy football league, go out there and get it. You get cheat sheets, roundtable rankings. Look at that. Auction values, custom rankings, everything you need to know, player outlooks, projections. Oh my God, they got everything. I mean, if you're a fantasy football nerd like I am, this is literally built just for you. So go check it out, folks. Link is in the description for RotoWire. But I don't know, man. Chat, how did I do? Did I cook?
I like it, man. I just feel like it seems well-rounded. Like, I don't see anybody like, why would you? No, that seems like a nice, well-rounded roster. You rarely get that, but yeah.
And I growed or I grew. Want to know why? I did not pick a Jet.
Oh man!
Well, I lied. I did pick a Jet. I got the Jets defense, but usually I lose my league.
Last, Richie? Did you get them last?
Yeah, no one drafting the Jets defense. I didn't worry about that. Now, I did want to get Braylon Allen late, but unfortunately, someone took him right before I was about to get him. With my bench unit is okay. It's not great. Dude, Javonte Williams is the starting running back for the Cowboys, and he's going like super late. I don't know. I like that value pick. Hollywood Brown was going late. But yeah, man, I like the Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase stack, so we'll see. Shout out to RotoWire for helping me cook.
Nice.
Fantasy football season, man. We got to get our fantasy football stuff situated.
Yeah.
I want to cook you, TD. I want to cook you, TD.
Yeah.
So let's get into some other breaking news that happened. Big time extension went down across the NFL. Big time extension. Mr. Kyle Hamilton reached a 4-year, $100 million deal, the largest for a safety in NFL history. Wow. All pro, cashing out, resetting the safety market. Definitely shows you the value of this position going up. A Swiss Army knife, someone that could do pretty much everything, arguably the best safety in football, gets a 4-year, $100.4 million deal. Want to get your thoughts of this contract. Troy, are the Baltimore Ravens smart for investing this type of money in Kyle Hamilton?
Man, that's a lot of money. I didn't realize how much that was.
Guaranteed?
That's a lot, man. That's because I know our guy
guaranteed.
Yeah,
and the previous record was 45 mil guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm like, it was like $100 million contract. You would think it's 55 million guaranteed or something, but they gave this man 4 years guarantees. Guaranteed. I mean, 3 years of it at least. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I like it. I think he's such a problem because when he plays in the slot, he's such a problem. Like he can do all the typical safety stuff, but when you put him in a slot and he blitzes, he's an issue, man. He's so big. He's like a big linebacker for him. He's like kind of what Isaiah Simmons in some ways. Like the hype was what Isaiah Simmons was going to be. It's like, oh, he can do all these things. He actually has become that for the Ravens, and the Ravens deploy him properly, and he's in defense that makes sense for that fit as well. Like this is a perfect matchup. They've always had like amazing safeties in Baltimore, but this is the perfect mesh together. I mean, I like this. I like they locked him in. Not playing around.
What's your thoughts of this, TD? Smart move from the Baltimore Ravens or no?
Yeah, man, he's been a big part of their defense, and they want to take care of their own. It's just huge money. It's just a shocker in that regard. But hey, man, this is the cost. You know, they're setting the market. They got to go for it now, team, and they're going to continue to go down this road. And he's one of their stars. Nothing's wrong with it. You know, the markets keep going up, so he's next in line. That just opened my eyes, even for the team I love, the Miami Dolphins. Are you going to try to get an extension with Micah Fitzpatrick done now, or are you going to let him go through a season and potentially ball out, and then he's looking to set the market on his last big deal before, they start looking at his age? So that market is obviously creeping up. Every market's creeping up, honestly, with the exception of maybe running backs. But yeah, man, that's a big deal. Congratulations to him and his family. Huge. And he's worth it. He's a great player. He's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, he's as good as he gets at that spot.
Say he jumped the next guy by $4 million a year. Like there's a lot of guys kind of stacked together at the high 20, at the low 20s. He jumped it by $4 million.
Yeah, and double the most guaranteed money as well. So big time move from Kyle Hamilton and the Baltimore Ravens. So shout out to him. Well deserved on that. Now, the thing that we need to talk about now, it's kind of hard to keep up with. It's waiver wire day, practice squad. Yesterday was the initial 53-man roster cutdowns, and now today you're seeing a lot of teams go out there and make their claims for the 53-man rosters across the board. On the waiver wire, the New York Jets claimed 3 players on the waiver wire, which is interesting. But I do want to start off with Malachi Corley, who goes unclaimed. Everyone's like, oh, the Jets cut a 3rd-round pick last year. He didn't even go claimed. That just goes to tell you that not even anybody else wants the guy. He's probably going to be signed to somebody's practice squad, okay? But the New York Jets make an interesting claim. They get Jelani Woods from the Indianapolis Colts, who's a 6'7" tight end that I really love. Issa Pohl is an undrafted free agent offensive tackle that the Kansas City Chiefs cut, and everybody in the Chiefs organization, everybody in the Chiefs community was pissed off. Why would you cut this offensive tackle? He's a 6'7" monster, and they were hoping that he was going to get put on the Chiefs practice squad, but the Jets were able to steal him away from the Chiefs to get some tackle depth, and then the Jets also got in another linebacker. So I want to get your guys' thoughts, not just about, what your thoughts of all these roster moves, because we don't need to get into all that, but how much value do you think there is in the waiver wire? Because I think there's tremendous value. There's a lot of guys that get cut somewhere else that can be plugged in somewhere and absolutely thrive. For example, the Jets, they brought in Quincy Williams in the waiver wire years ago. Now he's been like an absolute stud for the New York Jets for years. So TD, what's your overall thoughts of the waiver wire? Have the Dolphins made any moves or this year that you like? Or if not, what's your thoughts of the waiver wire? Do you think you can add some talent to the roster in that capacity before the season starts?
Yeah, first of all, the waiver wire in general, I think it's very, very, very valuable if you know how to take advantage of it. You have to study the league. You got to look at every roster. And a lot of teams, see, this is the intricate part of football that the casual fans don't realize. Organizations literally have big boards even for this day. They have big boards and say, hey, look at all of these players that might be at risk of being cut. We liked them in the draft process. They weren't drafted or they were drafted, but now they're cut. We want to get a look at them. And they may be strong in Detroit at this position. We're weak at it. They might have an influx of talent there where we can find a guy for depth off of the waiver wire that they don't need, but we need. And it's better than anything we have in-house. There are guys on a waiver wire, what people need to understand, that are better than some guys on the 53. It just depends on the team that you're dealing with. Like when you look at the Miami Dolphins, we have depth on the O-line that isn't great at all. There's some guys on the waiver wire that we pick up that would be better than what made the 53. So, like we are bringing back, if I'm not mistaken, I think Greer said that we were bringing back Kendall Lamb, the tackle. He was available. He's better than some of the guys that we put on the 53 because that's all we had. So you can find great talent there. For the Miami Dolphins, though, I do love that they brought in cornerback Juju Brent, a former second rounder off of waivers. See if he has something, go ahead and work him out with this group because this group is a wild card. If he comes in, makes some plays, we want to see what that does. How that transforms and see if he can make an impact on this team. A lot of teams have opportunities and they're weak in certain units. So this is where you bring guys in, work them out, get them in a few practices. And if they shine, hey man, let's invest in them. If they don't, they'll be back on the waiver wire. So I love this process. This is where general managers can find gems.
Shout out to everybody tuning in. We're talking about the waiver wire claim, as today is the day where they had a deadline of 12 p.m. EST to submit their claim. Troy, what's your experience of the waiver wire? Do you think it's a really good avenue for some of these teams to bolster the depth of their roster?
Yeah, well, from the Lions' perspective, they were aggressive this year with it. I mean, we came in with 50 players on our roster. So it was very clear, like, okay, there were some spots that they just weren't happy with what they had. Maybe you assume some of those guys you can get back anyway. And for us, we're back. We're in the back end of the waiver this year, which is a good problem. But it's like, hey, we can throw some claims out there. If it doesn't happen, maybe we grab some of our players back. I know last year, one of our players that are now on the 53, Trevor Nowoski, he ended up being claimed last season, so he stuck around. He's been a big part for us. But there's some big moves happening around the NFL. The Dolphins. I saw the Dolphins lost Ezu Kanma, right, the receiver from Texas Tech. I thought that's probably a little disappointing. But there's been some big. Chad Muma off to the Colts. That's a 3rd-round pick. That's another one of those high one. Josh Palmer going to the Saints. They just traded for a receiver, or not Josh Palmer. I'm sorry, Trey Palmer. So that's a play. Like that dude has been a dog in the NFL when he's made it work. So there's some big swings being taken here, and I feel like this is the perfect example of like the one man's trash, another man's treasure. Specifically, It's like it just didn't work here, but we can at least take our swing and try over here. And for the most part, I mean, with these guys being so young on their rookie deals, potentially that gets cut out now. I mean, these are not expensive. You get a young guy that for some teams, they just don't feel like it's been molded yet. Malachi Corley, as you said, Richie, I guess he's still available, but there's some big names getting swung around here. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hope Corley goes to the Dolphins. I think that'll be a perfect culture for him to get right, but we'll see. Listen, man, the waiver wire is definitely an area that you can understand talent and get pieces that do not fit on certain teams that you can bring over and try to bring it on your respective teams. And there's a lot of news breaking across the NFL. Now, the big storyline, I think, in the NFL is continuously being Micah Parsons. The Micah Parsons situations is really wild. And there's a lot of rumors about him getting traded to the Packers. Now, there are rumors, but there's some steam. What do you got? What's your gut? I'm still saying that he's going nowhere and he's going to get signed with the Cowboys eventually. But is there a world where Jerry's like, you know what? We can get a king ransom and build out this team throughout the draft. And I'm going to trade him away for multiple first-round picks. And apparently the Packers have something. These are all rumors. Nothing is absolutely legitimate. But I want to get your thoughts based off the rumors. What do you think, TD? Is that possible? Micah Parsons gets traded to the Packers, or you're like, no, he's staying with the Cowboys?
He's staying with the Cowboys, but let me go out on a limb and say this. They need to trade him. I'm at that point now. They need to trade him. See, it gets to a point where sometimes players, they really aren't worth what you think. You know, he's an impact player. He's a big player. The market says he can get that amount. But is it to the detriment of the team? You can be worth something, but it doesn't mean that you're going to make the team better. You know, let me put it like this. I always say this. If you weren't winning with them, what changes if you paying them more for the same thing? As a matter of fact, you actually have a harder go at it because you're taking a lot of money from the overall building of the team. So that's kind of how I feel about it. They've already paid Dak Prescott, made him the highest paid. The CeeDee Lamb setting the market at 40. Now you're looking to do it with Micah Parsons. I promise you 2-3 years from now, you're going to literally, you're not going to, somebody's going to be gone. It's not like this is a sustainable thing. It doesn't matter that the salary cap is going up. You disproportionately are impacting your roster overall. There will be positions that you bleed unless you're the best drafting general manager in the NFL. It's the only way to offset it. But these are some big contracts, Richie. And it doesn't work like that. I always said this with Russell Wilson in Seattle. People forget when the Legion of Boom, they were trying to decide, how can we keep the Legion of Boom? I said, move on from Russell Wilson. Oh, you can't just get rid of a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I understand, but you're never, once he start making that money, you're never going to figure out that formula to win with him making that kind of money. Who had to pay the price? The Legion of Boom had to pay the price. They broke it up. Then they went and tried to, they restructured Russ and gave him more money. I said, here we go again. You're never going to be able to duplicate that. Don't forget, Russ won his Super Bowls, and that team was at its best when Russ was on a rookie contract. Don't forget that, people. So as great as these quarterbacks are, if you're not the elite of the elite, you can't do this. But they do it anyway. It took 3 new contracts for Russell Wilson for them to understand this. Then they finally moved on. So you're headed down that same road in Dallas, just worse, because you did it with the quarterback, you did it with the wide receiver. Now you're looking to do it with the defensive end. I'm sorry, Dak isn't the elite of the elite. He's really good, but he ain't the elite of the elite. Burrow, I got more hope in Cincinnati than Dallas.
What's your thoughts of the speculation, Troy? Where's your gut telling you? Micah Parsons extended with the Dallas Cowboys, or does he get traded, or does he play with no deal?
Yeah, I mean, I think I mostly agree with TD there. I think based on I think he's definitely sticking around. I don't think he's going to get moved. But I think for the Cowboys, based on the way they do business, I'm with TD. They should trade him because they don't do anything in free agency. They only build through the draft typically, and they need to have draft picks to do it. And once you pay, as TD said, the guys that they're paying on offense, that's the only way that this thing is going to get right is potentially loading up and hanging on a lot of draft picks, getting your next CeeDee Lamb, getting a guy like that on defense, things like that. That said, though, if the Cowboys operated properly, to me, there's no doubt this guy should have gotten paid and he should have reset the market, and it would have been worth it for the Cowboys because to me, I think we even saw it last season. I don't know what the exact numbers are. I heard like they were top 3 DVOA defensively when he was out there, bottom 3 when he's not there. To me, he is an absolute game record defensively in the sense that the entire way they can play defensively changes with him. Like you can play him as a linebacker and as a defensive end. He's going to dominate against the run if you put him at linebacker. He's one of the best pass rushers in football. There's no way that they should have let this go by where it's like, we might not pay that guy. To me, they're just operating poorly as a team. The way that they've done it is poorly. Maybe they shouldn't have paid Dak, and I think that would have made this make a lot more sense. But ultimately, to me, there's no doubt this guy has the kind of value and impact. You should have paid him. You should make him the highest paid, and you should have no issue with that, and eventually that's going to reset itself. But because of how they operate, trading him is actually an idea. But that's because they don't operate properly as an organization. To me, he's more than worth paying on a team that knows what they're doing.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how it all finally plays itself out. Micah Parsons, will he be a Cowboy or not? We got some super chats to get into. Chris Vikings, he sent in the first one. And now we got JD the Great saying, I'm trying to get in on fantasy season with y'all. Let me know when. What you think, TD? Do you want JD the Great to be on fantasy with us?
Yeah, we got to lock that stuff in. So we'll get on it this week and
Troy, you
try
down?
to set them up next week.
Come on, Richie. You know what I mean? If y'all want to actually have fun, don't put me in there. I'm just going to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Are you like, is your level of fantasy football greatness the same level as your Bleacher Report picks? Because then I'll cook.
Yeah. It actually is.
That's last place.
Yeah, it actually is.
Last place then.
Yeah. No, it is.
Smarty Jams, $20. Big time dono hype in the chat for Smarty Jams. Thank you so much. Waddle had 3 great years of 1,000 yards and a down year in his 4th, which dropped his rank into the 20s. Richie better keep the same energy with Garrett Wilson with Justin Fields. Give him only 700 yards this year. Well, Smarty Jams, thank you for the $20 super chat. I don't like this narrative that Justin Fields is going to make Garrett Wilson regress. Want to know why? Look up DJ Moore's numbers when Justin Fields was his quarterback. 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns, dominated. So Justin Fields can get the ball to his number 1 receiver, but that doesn't mean it translates to wins or team success. But when it comes to fantasy, when it comes to production at wide receiver, I don't agree. If DJ Moore could put up 1,300 yards with Justin Fields as his quarterback, I think Garrett Wilson's going to be able to get over 1,000 yet again. You agree with that, Troy?
Yes. No. Okay. So this is how I'm thinking. This is how I'm thinking. I was thinking about this yesterday when I was driving. I was like, okay, this is interesting to what we were talking about yesterday with Fields. I'm going to go off on a side mission here. Last year, and I feel like this is obviously known, but we saw Justin Fields go 4-2, right, as a starter.
Should have went 5-1, by the way, but his defense failed him after he led a comeback touchdown drive against the Dallas Cowboys in the 4th quarter, and all the Steelers needed to do was get a stop, and they failed Fields, so he should have been 5-1. Fields did his job in that one. Just saying.
I'll bake in the loss still, just because I'll say I won't go that far, just because of this reason alone. We were talking about, can he win with a really good defense and a run game? And I said yes. So I think we have proof that that is the case. But because you're reliant on that, I have to include that loss. You know what I mean? Because he's got to lean on them anyways. So we still have to count that as 4-2. 4-2 is 4-2. But for that alone, can they run the ball better than the Steelers did? I think yes. I think they can have a better run game than the Steelers did. Because again, Justin Fields is going to put you at the top regardless. You know what I mean? He had that with Chicago. They're going to be near the top, but they may have a better running back situation than Pittsburgh did. I think that's
Super Bowl.
fair to say. Okay, well, calm down. And I don't know who those 6. Honestly, I don't know who the 6 teams were again. So it could have been just the worst team in football. But 4-2 is 4-2. So yes, I don't even remember what your question was, Richie. I apologize, but I think they can win. There you go.
Oh yeah, it's just the narrative that Garrett Wilson's going to regress because he has Fields at quarterback.
They're just going to feed Garrett. I mean, everybody else might not do much at all, but they're going to feed Garrett. I mean, someone's got to get the ball. Like Diddy, they're going to throw the ball to somebody. They're going to feed their number 1 heavy. That's my guess with Aaron Glenn. He's going to feed that guy as much as possible. That guy's going to eat. If anything, his stats might go up. Everybody else might go down. He might go up.
The Jets are going to be the number 1 bubble screen team in the NFL, and that's how Garrett Wilson's going to have to get his 1,000. It's going to be bubble screens, man. Let's just call it what it is.
Hey, passing yards are passing yards.
They're not throwing that ball past 4 yards, man. Stop.
Garrett Wilson had Zach Wilson at quarterback. He had Chris Streveler at quarterback. He had Mike White at quarterback.
All
put up
better
over 1,000
passes
yards.
than Justin Fields. All better passes than Justin Fields.
No, they're not. Not Zach Wilson. TD,
Yeah,
we are sweeping you, bum. Hashtag shout out Lowski. Tony,
you don't even believe that. You lie to yourself, you lie to whoever. Stop it.
Oh, he believes it. The Vikings got the best wide receiver core in the league. Troy, your thoughts?
Nah, but I don't even want to give thoughts on that because I'm just gonna disappoint Trey. You know what I mean? Like he knows that ain't true. Again, as TD said, you lie to yourself. You can lie.
Yeah, man. Don't skip right past Miami. That's crazy work.
Oh.
Wow. Wow.
Skip over that ship has sailed, bro. The Miami Dolphins had an era of
Richie,
having the best wide receiver duo in the league, and what do they do with it?
Richie, you don't belong in this conversation. If you don't even have two receivers, then you don't belong in the conversation.
You don't need. Yeah, but what's your thoughts though? You literally had the best wide receiver duo in the league and did nothing with it. And you still have them, by the way, but they're just like washed and forgotten.
It didn't say we didn't do nothing with them.
What'd you do with them?
We balled out.
The speed. You balled out.
You know what? We'll see this year, Richie. This will be the year.
Okay, that's what, 4th year in a row I've heard that? Just counting in my head. It's for that fourth year in a row.
You can't control injuries, Richie.
TD.
You can't control them.
TD, real quick, can we just? I just want to hear it because I just want to hear like give me something like cemented right now. Dolphins going 12-5. Give me something like what are we standing on business for? What is it, TD? What if should I lean on here? Because I hear that like okay, we'll find out this year, but like let me get something. You know what I mean? Let me get some base, TD. What are we talking about?
Okay.
Yeah.
Tyreek 2,000 yards this year, standing on business.
See, that's what I'm talking about. TD, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Tua, top 3 MVP voting. Doesn't win it, but top 3.
Hey.
Clip
this.
And last but not least, I'm not
Should we
going
remove
to be too aggressive. I'm not going to be too aggressive. I'm not going to get a record for Miami, but we win the division. Standing on business.
Hey, that's good enough for me.
Why did you give him the floor like that? To expose.
What do you mean? Richie, what's wrong with anything I just said? Tyreek Hill is very possible he can get 2,000 yards. Tua was in the MVP race 2 seasons ago. And then he got hurt. So
by the end of the year, he's still going to be in that. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He may not win it, but top 3.
I'm with it, man.
Someone's got to make the merch, bro. Flip flop TD. You turn on Dolphins.
Well, how did I flip flop?
You flip flopper, bro. It's like one thing.
I'm
going to be MVP.
I've been saying all summer we're going to win the division.
Bro,
I've been saying all summer.
You lie to yourself. You lie to whoever.
I didn't say Tyreek wouldn't get 2,000 yards. Tyreek got a ball out this year. He needed another contract
in the same
somebody.
breath as MVP. That's what I heard. Come out of your mouth.
Everything I'm saying is very doable. Tyreek,
you're out there spreading Zach Wilson propaganda and Quinn Ewers being
Zach
better.
Wilson
than Tua.
is not our starting quarterback, okay? Tua Tagovailoa is, and I have my reservations about Tua, but the things I just said are very possible.
If the offense of the Miami Dolphins is 100% healthy all year, you think Tua's going to be MVP candidate?
Yeah, he'll be mentioned in there. They'll get back to doing what they did in 2023.
He's going to be over guys like who? Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
I don't know who's going to be. I don't know the 2 quarterbacks that's going to be at the top, but he'll be top.
You do, TD. Yeah, you do.
You won't even sniff them.
We know.
Yeah, probably Lamar and Josh Allen and Tua.
Sam Darnold is better than Tua.
See, now you're being disrespectful.
Right? Sam Darnold's season last year is better than any season Tua did in the Miami Dolphins.
Sam Darnold had everything he needed around him. Stop.
And what does Tua have?
No, that's not true. We have struggled on the O-line for a long time.
The Vikings O-line is nothing to be.
Yeah, better than what Miami be putting together.
See what I mean? You always have to move the goalpost to fit your narrative. You can never just say
objectively. How did this turn into the Tua talk? How did it? Come on, man. Like
Troy asked you a question and you went out there and dug your feet into this take, and I got to dig deep into that take because it's blasphemy.
It's not though, Richie. You just, I mean, honestly,
because I know you don't even believe it. Okay, I got to bring up a memory real quick. Do you remember, Troy? We were sitting there in the rental car in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We're sitting at the light, and we're talking about Jets, Packers. We're talking like Lions, and then you have TD in the back. He's like, "Man, y'all talk and make me realize." We down bad as the Dolphins, man.
Yeah.
But I also remember at the draft when they took Kenneth Grant, and like 5 minutes later, it was like, "We're gonna win the Super Bowl."
Right? So
let us realize.
And then TD's down there with his head down. Man, you guys got hope. I got none of it.
No. But that was from last year, Richie. That was from last year. I ain't traveling.
Man,
with
you guys
no more,
got
Richie.
at least hope.
I ain't traveling with you no more, Richie. You a hater, man.
You don't drive. You dropped out of all of our travel this upcoming year anyway.
No, I didn't. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
you did.
How?
You won't come to no LA with me.
I still might come, Richie. I might come to LA.
Well, that's something I need to know.
I know.
We're going to the NFC West Roundtable event, baby. Let's do it. LA Niners versus Rams. That's going to be epic. I will be there. And TD basically just dropped out. But let's get back. You still might come? You got to let me know. That's something Richie, I need to know.
You got me traveling a lot this year, Richie.
Barely. Where do I got you traveling?
Buffalo, New York.
We haven't even officially done the New York travel yet. We got to cement that.
Yeah, but we are. So, yeah. And Richie, I got to get ready for the offseason. You're going to have me at the draft, the Super Bowl, Senior Bowl.
We're going to the Senior Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl, hopefully, with the draft, hopefully. Yeah. Come on. That's going to be fun. Tell me that's not going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's pretty dope.
All right, let's get into some other news around the NFL. Before we do so, we got another super chat coming on in from Trey. If JJ manages the game like in Michigan, Vikings will win games. People don't get that. So these Minnesota Vikings are an interesting team, man, because we have no idea. They were so good last year. So good. They make the trade they make the decision of not bringing back Sam Darnold. They roll with JJ McCarthy. I mean, I'm really intrigued by the Minnesota Vikings this year. They trade away Harrison Phillips. I'm intrigued. Are you worried about Minnesota, Troy, as a Lions fan, or no?
Yeah, they're the second best team in the division. So, yeah, I think they're the best.
JJ McCarthy, from a JJ McCarthy quarterback standpoint, do you think he's going to match what Sam Darnold did last year or improve? Or
I don't know. Statistically,
14 wins not. They had. 14 wins.
Yeah, that's a lot to ask. So I would assume that's going to take a step back, but I still think they're an absolute threat in the NFC. No doubt. Because as TD knows, that is one of the toughest defenses to deal with in football. And I think you can, the best teams can. There's a strategy to do it, but you got to be well-rounded. If you got weaknesses on the O-line, you're in trouble. If you don't have a quarterback that can deal with it, you're in trouble. It's you better be very well put together offensively to just deal with what they're going to throw at you stylistically. Forget the personnel. They're going to throw it at you, and you have to be prepared to deal with that. So most teams they're going to be a handful. They were a handful for Green Bay last year. They're a handful for a lot of good teams. I think that team's a threat again.
Wow. We'll see. Do you have any fear of the Bears?
No.
Packers?
I'll say this. I think the Bears can be better. I think the Bears are going to be much better this year. I thought they'd be good last year. But the Packers, I think, are the worst team in the division.
Really?
Yes, Minnesota might win.
What if they get Parsons?
Well, that's going to be massive. That would be massive. I don't think they're going to do it, but that would be massive. Yeah.
All right, let's play a game.
Okay.
Who is going to shock the world this year from a quarterback standpoint? No one sees it coming.
I already told you 5 minutes ago.
Wait, every quarterback?
Why did I have to bring this up to think that TD's going to say, I don't want to start with you, bro. Because you don't even believe that's that guy. Who is it, TD? Who's the quarterback that's going to take over the league this year, going from middle of the pack, bottom to the top?
It might be a few quarterbacks.
Okay, let's hear it. And chat, please answer the question. I would love to hear what you guys have to say.
I'm going to go Caleb Williams. Might have a breakout year. That's the first one for me.
I got to go on.
Number 2, I'm going to go with I don't know. I'm going to give him a benefit of the doubt, but I'm going to go with Bryce.
Nah, you're a Bryce hater. What do you mean you're going Bryce?
He got a better chance than Kyler to me.
You got to expand on that because...
All right, forget Bryce Young then.
No. You mentioned him. You're reading the chat, obviously. You're seeing a bunch of Bryce Young, so you're rolling with him.
I haven't seen a single Bryce Young.
You got to dig your dig yourself in this take right now. How do you feel about Bryce Young? Because Dan and I are high on Bryce Young. You've been a hater of Bryce Young.
You know what? Let me back off of that. Nah, get Bryce Young out of there. They just got rid of one of his best weapons. So I don't even know why I'm even mentioning him.
Ted McMillan.
Yeah, but that's and who else?
Chuba. Great quarterbacks don't need no weapons. Let's go, Bryce.
Well, that's why he need them. That's why he need them. But yeah, man, I know you can hate on this Richie, but yeah, man, Tua, man, he might rip.
All right. I can't do it anymore, man. He's just saying things to say things at this point.
Richie.
What was he saying?
He has to do it this year. He has to. Like this could be his career. So Tua, man.
I just hate that you're not like you don't even believe that. That's why it's frustrating me. Like,
you know me, man. I'm Tua frustrates me like no other. But man, if you
I cannot wait to watch your reactions this year when Tua drop back the pass, trips to the left, one to the right, running back on the left heel. Tua drop back, throws.
Richie, you know you love living in the past, Richie. But listen.
That's no pass. That's just the reality.
You don't know what version of year 6 Tua you're going to get. This is the 6th year. This is the polish year. This is the finished product year of this is who you are as an NFL quarterback.
What are Tua's strengths?
We gotta let it play out. Timing and accuracy with timing.
That's it, right?
Yeah, but if that offense, we can run the ball and timing, them can do their thing. We're going, man. I'm not going to let you get me off my spot, Richie. I know I have my reservations about Tua. I have major concerns about him, but this, like when your back is against the ultimate wall, this is the ultimate wall, and I want to see him rise to the occasion. So I'm trying to
be on. Can I remind you of something that I don't think you were aware of this take? Do you know what Mr. TD Finstock was saying last year about Tua heading into the season?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm seeing Tua out there. He learned how to read defense.
No.
That's year 5. He's like, Tua can read defenses now. It's over. And now he's out there reading defenses pre-snap. He's recognizing coverages. He knows.
I said that I appreciated that he was attempting to do it. Now, whether he was going to become great at it or not.
You're a quarterback.
Yeah. Because usually it's spot throwing and timing. Already know where you're going to go with the ball. And last year in camp, I seen him actually processing, going through a few reads. So I was like, hey, just to see that is encouraging.
And this is where you frustrate me though, because when Tua does start to struggle, you go on X. See, I told you all. I told y'all. What do you mean you told y'all? You're on your 4th and forever hyping him up to be an MVP. So I'm going to call you out because if Tua goes off the rails this year and you start going on X, be like, I told you all. I was always against Tua. All you Tuaneers. Like I'm gonna bring up the clips and show the entire Dolphin community that you are a hypocrite.
Richie, I am not even on X.
That's why you're flip-flop.
I'm not on X, Richie.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not on X.
Yeah, you are.
TD is on X. TD Fans Talk is on 4th and forever.
That's your name right now, though. So you got to change your name. You got to pick your character.
Not on X.
I call out. I have to call it out, man. You know, I stay consistent with my takes.
Listen, why can't you focus on your own castle? Focus on your own castle and that little mess of a quarterback situation.
There's nothing to do with the Jets, though. I asked, what quarterback do you see? You mentioned Tua. You brought him up, not me. It's not like I'm bringing him up.
I'm not guaranteeing, Richie, but there's a big possibility that this could be the year that he finally, like go look at Drew Brees' career. It took a while.
Gosh. Drew Brees. Man, I see why Dolphins fans have you waived. All right, so TD's quarterbacks are Caleb Williams and Tua. That's it, right?
Yeah, that has a possibility.
No, that you're predicting. No possibility. None of that. It's you're predicting who's going to be that guy.
Only one I'm predicting is Caleb and another guy, but you can't say coming from a certain place to another. I just think he's about to have a big year, and that's JJ McCarthy.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Troy, what quarterbacks do you see having a big leap forward and can enter like a top 10 category this year?
Give me Trevor Lawrence. Does that count?
Ooh, of
Does that
course.
count?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know like
yeah.
where y'all were at on it.
Y'all,
I mean,
don't know
Trevor
what y'all
Lawrence is
seeing
not
this man.
good.
I don't know
Objectively,
what
you ask
y'all seeing Trevor
you ask the
Lawrence.
NFL world about Trevor Lawrence, everyone would say he's bad. So
Okay, yeah, Trevor Lawrence, and then if I had to do it because we did, I had. Hold up, did I cut out?
Say that
Yeah,
again,
Trevor
you cut
Lawrence
out.
and CJ Stroud would be my two because I'm with Houston, so I got to go CJ Stroud. But I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a good year this year. I think this will be the year where it's like, all right, we took that
Well,
step.
okay. Well,
Now
you
he's
just
looked at as a
you
good
just you
quarterback.
just mentioned two quarterbacks in the same division. Who do you got winning that division?
Houston.
So, but CJ Stroud is interesting because he was that guy as a rookie. He took a step back. So you're saying he's going to reestablish himself as that guy?
Yeah, I don't think he's ever left. To be honest, I think he's still that guy, and I just think it's the supporting cast can be a little bit stronger this year for him. As a team, they'll be good this year. But Trevor Lawrence, on the other hand, to what you said, not looked at very well. They have a really nice receiving core this year. Then they got an offensive mind that's going to connect with Trevor, and he's buying in.
You believe in
traded for our guy.
Duval?
I do, man. They traded for our guy today. They got Tim Patrick over there, so they're invested. They're trying to make this thing right.
Y'all
And I
putting
want to see
too
Travis
much
Hunter
into
play.
Trevor.
I was all in on Trevor last year in the Jaguars, and they disappointed me.
That's all right. I'm in a good spot.
I'm going to jump off that hype train. I think Liam Cohen is going to be intriguing to see if he's able to do anything with that, but we'll see. Now, some quarterbacks that I have my eyes on to take that leap. There's a lot of guys you can argue that can do this. I mean, I mentioned Michael Penix, but that's a guy that is technically entering like a rookie type of season. I'm intrigued to see what he can do, but I'm rolling my guy, Sam Darnold. Miss me with that nonsense that everyone's just thinking he's a bust because he had 2 bad games. All right. The guy was fantastic last year. And then when the pressure got to its max, he disappointed. He did not come through. He failed. And I think now with a change of scenery, with a new level of confidence, he saw what success looks like. He's got JSN. He's got Cooper Kupp. He's got Kenneth Grant. He's got Charbonnet. I think Sam Darnold is going to have a good season with Seattle, and I think they're going to be knocking on the door in the playoffs. And people forget, like you look at the metrics and you look at the numbers, Sam was literally a top 10, top 5 quarterback in terms of metrics last year.
He was a dog last year.
Yeah, he was fantastic. But then, Aaron Glenn happened. Aaron Glenn happened. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
Kenneth Walker.
Into a brick wall.
Now, another quarterback I can see taking that leap forward into that elite category. There's so many guys you can choose from, but I'm like thinking on the fly here. Bryce Young, I'm definitely intrigued by.
Drake May.
Do people
Jackson
actually think
Dart.
Ooh.
That's your guy. Lord. We're not buying in. We're not believing. He's gonna play.
I mean,
he should play quick too.
Nah, dude. Jackson Dart is my guy, and it's sad that he's a Giant, but he's my guy. I think Bo Nix also needs to kind of reestablish himself. People are doubting Bo Nix that he's not going to be able to match what he did last year. Who are some other quarterbacks that's going to emerge?
Brock Purdy.
That's a quarterback. That's an interesting one. I actually thought of Brock Purdy, but I didn't want to say it because it's like so.
I think he's good. I think he's good. So
Jordan Love?
No.
He's kind of disappointing me a little bit. We'll see. All right, let's get into some Patreon callers and get their thoughts of what they have to say. First off, is Lino is in the house. What up, Lino?
All right, what's going on, fellas? I did have a question for Dion, but as usual, Master Spinner over there, TD, got to say the most blasphemous stuff. Your ignorance is appalling, TD. So, Miami is going to win the division?
Why do you have a problem with my take that Miami's going to win the division? Is there not a possibility we could win the division?
The great Omar Kelly even said he watched your team in practice in training camp, and he said there's no way this team is a playoff team. So, You want to argue against that? And TD, as Richie always says, you're king flip-flop. You're a walking hypocrite because you say one thing and then you go on your show. These Dolphins is this and that. They can't do that. See, the Dolphin community hates me, and then you get on here and you be like, I love the Dolphins. Who is that guy? He's not even a top 10 quarterback. Get out of here.
You know what the funniest part about that is, Lino? You know what the funniest part is? TD goes on there and does these things and thinks that no one would notice.
Exactly. You know, I mean, damn, the lies in your replies, boy. My eyes must be just saving me.
Y'all just have comprehension issues. I can be a fan of my team. I can root for my team. I can have optimism for my team. And then there's moments where I break it down and tell you what the odds tell me. The odds may speak against my fandom. So I express to you the odds of what I believe. So I may say, you know, this team, we're liable to get hurt a lot, and that could derail our season. So we're probably not going to do this or that, but that's not going to stop the fan in me sometimes saying, you know what? In my mind, if I say if we stay healthy, then the words come out, we're going to win the division. We're going to be special. We're going to do this. So y'all just can't comprehend the difference. I'm sorry. I don't flip-flop. I just tell you the difference. Right now I'm being a fan, and then I tell you, hey, here's what my analysis says. But analysis isn't always right. Sometimes believing what a fan should believe ended up right, or vice versa. It happens, man. Y'all just don't like that Miami has a chance to win the division. And I believe that we can. If we stay healthy, we run the football, and the O-line plays well, we can win the division. We can. Now, that's a lot of ifs. And if any of those ifs don't happen, that's what I say, yeah, we don't have a shot. This team is this and that. So I'm not flip-flopping. I'm just giving you the two different views of it as a fan and as a
the lies in your replies, my buddy. The lies in your replies. You know what, TD? I like you because you lie a lot. I like that. Because if you saying all that, Detroit proved last year the reason why, you know, they're a good team. They were the most injured team. They ain't complain. They ain't even use injuries as an excuse. But you know what Dolphin fans do? Use it as a crutch every year. But when y'all beat a team that is injury complete, y'all don't want to hear it. I'm out. Genie, stop lying to these people.
I see
everything will be great.
I see you in week 3, and we'll end all of this. Yeah.
Thank you for the call, Lino. Man, you really be getting these people heated, TD.
I don't know why. I just tell them the truth, and they don't like it. They think it's.
What truth have you said?
Funny.
That's truth, and not pure
The truth is, the Miami Dolphins do have a chance to win the division.
Okay, well, guess what? So do the New York Jets. Then
you do, but I don't believe you will. I believe we will. So where is the lie?
The New England Patriots have a chance to win the division.
They do. I don't believe they will.
Cleveland Browns have a chance to win the AFC North. We can keep going.
They do,
see,
but I know they won't. So it's like everybody has a chance. This is a new year. There's going to be 3 teams. It's like, wow, I would have never saw that coming. It happens every year. Did we believe that the Broncos were going to do what they did last year? Did we believe that Washington was going to do what they did last year? Did we feel like the Chargers would be as efficient as they were? Like, this happens every year. But if somebody says it in August, oh my gosh, you're delusional. We don't come on, man.
Also, TD, you also have to realize, like, you say the same thing every single year.
I get it.
So that's where you lose credit.
And I get it. I get it.
I think the problem is, TD, is you don't make a strong case for what you're saying.
Yeah.
Your whole case is if we're healthy, it's going to happen. But like, I don't care about that. Just assume everybody's healthy. Like what do you all do well, man? Like,
and my best defense to that, Troy, is the Lions had the most injuries of all time, and look what they did.
But the Lions had a better team overall. What Miami requires, our team isn't good enough to sustain injuries.
Yeah, but
we're not good enough.
No. It's purely called coaching. It's coaching. When you have a good coaching staff. Anybody that plugs into your system can help you win football games.
You're missing it. Therefore, we may not have the coaches or the roster that can live without injuries. You're basically making my point. I am acknowledging we don't have what it takes as a roster and a coaching staff to be able to win unhealthy. We don't. The Lions do. So therefore, that's why I'm always saying if we are healthy. And here's my evidence, Dion. We have been unhealthy for the last 5 years.
But isn't that everybody, TD?
Yeah,
no,
like
it's not.
Every team is.
No, it's not. There's different levels to this. Like Lions. Are we going to say that the Dolphins' injuries were in line with the Lions last year? Nobody's injuries were in line with the Lions last year. You had the most in the NFL.
We still should have won
because you're built with the coach and personnel to still be able to. Dion, we're not.
Troy, you were supposed to win the Super Bowl last year, bro.
I know, man. We still should have did it.
So why didn't you? Why didn't you? So
because
why
we didn't play
didn't
well
you?
enough.
Oh, why didn't you play well enough? Why
because
was the other team
Goff
better?
fumbled, Graham got beat, and all of a sudden we couldn't go up 2 scores, man. We couldn't play our game, TD. We didn't play our game.
Nothing to do with your personnel not being in there.
No, it mattered. It mattered, but I'm saying we had our chance. We still could have got it done. We just didn't get it done.
You still could have won.
That's not excuses. See, that's a real football fan.
Oh, y'all killing me, man. Stop that mess. Y'all know good and well injuries make a difference. If Jared Goff go down, y'all making the playoffs this year?
Yep.
Well, how long? If Jared Goff is out for how many games?
Hey, 6 games he out. I'm not going to give him.
We got to trade for Zach Wilson and Cook, TD. We got our eyes on the prize, man. We're going to make it happen.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, let's get into another caller. Mr. Glenn himself is live.
Hey, let's get this one thing back straight. Detroit didn't have the most people hurt last year.
Starters.
San Francisco did.
Starters?
San Francisco had the most people hurt. And then
they paid for it too.
Hold up. Hey, get TV. When he goes on X, y'all should never read what he says on X.
Exactly. I told him I don't even have an X account.
He goes on X and stuff. He tells you, and Richie, Darnold's season was not better than Tua's season.
What'd you say?
His 23 season.
Sam Darnold's season last year was not better than Tua's 2023.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
How many wins? Yeah. How many wins did Tua have that year?
Was it 11?
11.
Oh, we trying to make it a quarterback stat now, huh? Oh.
No, I mean, I don't agree with Dan's take on that. I think quarterback wins are a stat.
How are they a stat when half of the wins for Sam Darnold last year was from the defense?
Wait a second. I'm looking at the numbers now. Wait. So you're telling me Tua in 2022, you said? Or 23? 23. So we're talking about 29 passing touchdowns from Tua to 35 passing touchdowns to Sam Darnold.
And how much?
101 rating to Tua, 102 rating for Sam Darnold. What am I missing here? 14 interceptions for Tua, 12. Glenn, you're objectively wrong. The only stat he has better is completion percentage and a few hundred more yards.
How many yardage?
Yeah, he had 300 more yards.
What's his quarterback rating? What's the thing? You do know. Wait. You do know that. You do know we had a running back that had 20 touchdowns or 18 touchdowns on the ground.
There's the context.
Which you have to drive the field down the thing. It ain't like we gave the ball off to him on the 20 and he ran 80 yards to get a touchdown.
So Tua beat Sam in 2 categories: completion percentage and a few more 100 yards. Sam had more touchdowns, less interceptions, and a higher pass rate.
No, it's not a more touchdowns. I don't even compare quarterbacks to touchdowns. You got quarterbacks that drive a team all the way down the field to the 1 yard line and hand it off. And he had more touchdowns. And you got running backs that'll drive it all the way down the field, and the quarterback will throw a 1 yard pass for a touchdown. All that stuff is depending on context. And also, let's also not forget, Sam Darnold was benefiting from one of the better defenses in the league that got turnovers, that gave him great field position and everything.
Sam was better than Tua.
No, he wasn't better that year. His
was.
year last year was not better.
Flicks
than
is up next. What up, Flicks?
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
What's up, Flicks?
Richie, there's no way you're telling me Sam Darnold is better than Tua.
No, I said Sam Darnold's season last year was better than any season Tua has had. That's all I'm saying.
Cap.
Oh, okay, hold up. Do you know how many games Tua missed that Sam Darnold didn't miss?
I'm not saying last year. I'm saying Tua's best season when he was healthy compared to Sam's best season, which was last year. I'm not comparing them last year.
If Tua was in the Vikings, I'm not gonna lie, they would have probably made it farther.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't like Tua. I don't like Tua, but Tua's better than Sam Darnold. He would have made it better for the Vikings. All right.
Sam can do way more off schedule than
No,
Tua.
he cannot.
He has way more talent than Tua. Tua can do nothing besides just throw where the receivers are and spot them.
Bro, Sam Darnold is still seeing ghosts. Okay.
No, he proved last year he's not.
No, it would just
Aaron Glenn came in.
the pressure got to him.
Right?
The pressure got to him. But like I said, guys,
yeah, but at least he's able to get to the point where there's an ability for the pressure to get there. Tua can't even get to that point, bro. Okay, so enough of this.
MVP candidate. He was an MVP candidate that year.
So is Sam.
Sam would never know MVP.
Well, what does an
Stop
MVP
that.
candidate even mean? Because there was
You know what it means.
MVP candidate talk with Sam. If you want to say the same thing with Tua.
Dion, did you ever hear Sam Darnold mentioned in the MVP candidate conversation?
Did you ever hear Tua in the MVP conversation?
Yes. In 2023, he was.
Oh
TD, if it was offered, straight up trade right now, would you do it?
If who? What?
TD for Sam right now, heading into this year.
Tua?
Straight up trade. Yep. Tua for Sam.
Sam
No,
would cook
I
in that
wouldn't do it.
offense.
You want to make that trade?
Not at all.
And Sam, and the chat's backing me up. Sam was indeed mentioned as an MVP candidate last year.
Yeah, by Richie Miloro with Roundtable Sports.
No, you see, you think I'm lying. I'm not lying. Just like you're like, Tua was an MVP candidate. So is Sam.
Stop that mess.
MVP candidate doesn't mean anything. You're the one that says that Tua was an MVP candidate.
Oh, man. Stop that, man. They had one good game against good competition all season.
Oh, here we go. You can't even just give him the credit, bro. He went out there and balled, and you can't give him that credit.
Sam Darnold was mentioned in the MVP conversation in a season where Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen did what they did. Man, stop that mess.
Yeah. Do you know what MVP conversation means?
Yeah.
No one's saying that you're the MVP.
Yeah, I know
you're
that.
saying that you're in the conversation.
Yeah, I just didn't remember that.
I hope that this right here proves the point that stop telling me that Tua was in no MVP conversation because it means nothing.
Sam Howell, maybe even I don't see him.
That's my point. Stop saying that Tua in the MVP conversation means anything. Just like Sam being in the MVP conversation does not mean anything. That's the whole point here.
All right, man.
I only bring that up because you bring that up, man. So let's get into our final Patreon caller of the show, Mr. Lascelles himself.
Hey, guys, TD.
Yes, sir.
I will say I don't think Sam Darnold is better than Tua. I don't think Sam Darnold is better than Tua. But here's the thing that I will say to you, because I don't think Sam Darnold is a worse of a thing. I want you to look up these stats right now. I believe that Tua's best career, his best stat, isn't even better than who was that? Like, Trent Dilfer. No, how about this one? I don't think any of his stats is better than his best season. It's not even better than Joe Montana's worst season.
Lascelles.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Thank you for the call, Lascelles. He got you, TD. What are you going to say?
He got me.
Yo, TD. He's not better than Trent Dilfer, man.
Man, I can't argue with that, man. I'm over it, man. I'm over it. Trent Dilfer, LaSalle. Okay. Wow.
TD literally picked the Vikings to win the Super Bowl last year. He did.
I picked them to go to the Super Bowl, Richie. But you know why they didn't? Because of Sam Darnold.
No, they didn't go because of Aaron Glenn.
Oh, never mind. Stop that, man.
That game plan was too much. That game plan, bro, is beautiful. All those injuries on the defense didn't no matter. Zero blitz, man coverage at the line of scrimmage. That's what we're gonna do with Tua, bro. We're gonna man zero blitz, bump at the line of scrimmage. Tua's dead, swept. Tua's gonna do nothing. The same blueprint Aaron Glenn did against the Vikings. They're gonna do against the Dolphins and shut you guys down.
Aaron Glenn is overrated, but we'll see that this year.
We'll see.
He was holding the Lions back, but okay.
Yeah, hold the lines back. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another edition of Fourth and Forever. This was another epic show. Shout out to Troy for filling on in for Dan Mitchell, who was out this week. Anything you want to say to the NFL world, Joseph Dion?
No, I don't have anything that cool today to say, man.
Nothing?
Man, I'm trying to think. I got something good. Come back to me on that. Let me go to TD real quick. Let me see if I got something fire.
TD, anything?
I know, man. A lot of teams got better today. A lot of teams are ready for war. Now they're going into it. I think this is going to be one of the best seasons in the NFL. And I keep saying this, and it's kind of like an underrated comment, but the NFL, if you notice over the last 5 years, it's getting healthier and healthier and healthier. Rosters are starting to have better and better and better talent loaded on them. And that just goes to the quality of the NFL. Like I remember 20 years ago, you can point out 7 players on a roster and be like, that's the organization. Now, man, you have some rosters, teams are starting to, and out of those 7 players, only about 10 teams. Now you have every team in the NFL have, 5 to 7 really great players, and the NFL is just getting better and better. So I'm loving it. I'm loving the product, and this year is going to be the best year the NFL has ever had. More competition breeds more excitement and possibilities for every organization. So we'll be breaking it down all here on Fourth and Forever each and every day moving forward.
All right, well said. Troy, did you think about your sentiments here?
Nothing good, but did y'all know the Patriots kept 8 receivers through their cuts? That was wild.
Really?
8. They ended up cutting one today, but they kept 8 receivers. How crazy!
And they're all trash.
What are the Patriots?
Besides, who's good in that room besides Diggs?
There's only 2 indications that can mean that they love them all, or they're still trying to figure out that room.
They're trying to. They not
good. Does that include Jalen Polk, who's reportedly out for the year?
No, that doesn't include Jalen Polk.
Oh, well, we'll see. LaSalle with the $5 super chat. Surely not Trent Dilfer, Tom Maddox one-hit wonder season with the Steelers.
Haters.
Thank you, LaSalle, for the $5. You're out here grinding on the super chats. Thank you, my friend. Troy, I got to say, man, the hairdo today, I like it.
Pretty bad. It's, it's not great. It's not great. I should have used the hat. Look, Richie, this wasn't even necessary to bring up.
I liked it, bro. I'm not saying anything bad about it.
All right. No, nothing, man. I knew I should have wore the hat today, but it's cool, Richie. I just thought we were gonna hit the outro real quick. You know what I mean?
No, I'm complimenting you. I think it looks good. It's a nice look.
Got you. I appreciate it.
Nah, it's dope. It's dope. You don't want to see my hair right now, bro.
Crazy. No, I kind of do actually. Let's take that out.
High School Musical. Why did TD put that on the screen, bro?
That wasn't me. That was Dion.
We have the same name. We have the same name. Me and Zach Efron.
You and Zach Efron?
Yeah, same name.
His name is Troy?
In the show. In the high school.
Okay. All right, that's going to wrap this up, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow on Fourth and Forever. Same time, same place. We're out.
Peace.
I can't wait to see TD streams. Tua. Woo! Tua.
Maybe. Or it might be a good.
Trips to the left, one to the right.